Okay, hi guys, it's Victor, King of the Morons, with my trusty companion, Maggie Sensei. And, this is a weird vlog. This is one of those vlogs where it's really important to me but it probably doesn't matter to most of you. Come on, baby, just relax. Okay, so she's gonna be here. It's okay, honey. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I wish you could look into her eyes. She's not happy to be here. I just turn her over. There you go. Just relax. Okay, so well, that's Maggie, and she is a really important part of my life, and she's a dog. And it just sounds so strange. Shut up! I'm trying to make a goddamn video. Why are you bothering me? God damn it. Oh, fuck. Okay. So, Facebook. Okay. So, Maggie's getting, okay, here's why I'm making this. Maggie's getting an operation tomorrow. Maybe. Actually, I don't even know. But this is the deal. We've had Maggie 8 years, a little bit longer than I've been married. But I've actually had Maggie longer than I've had my wife. And she's not my first dog, you know. I guess my first dog I must have gotten when I was 7 years old in Newton, Massachusetts, which is infamous for being a home for ex-dictators and rulers, people who've been ousted from their countries. Apparently, it's got the highest ratio of ex-dictators and something like that. I don't know what you would call that kind of town, but it's right outside. That's good. It's right outside Boston, Massachusetts. And I lived there when I was a kid for a few years. We got our first dog, Bernie, there. Was it there? Then my parents, my brother and I guess we were shitty owners. We didn't help out or something. My dad got sick of it one day and took Bernie to the shelter. And when we came home from school, he was gone. You know, he was gone. And we were pretty devastated. We were like, oh, you know, we cried our eyes out. I remember hating my father. And I love my father. My father is the greatest guy in the world. But I remember we were like, we hate you. Isn't that funny? We hate you so much. So I hated my father. And he went back to the shelter the next day to get Bernie back. And someone had already adopted him. So I never saw him again. And then when I was a teenager, I guess, I don't know how old I was, 13 or so. I don't know when we got him, but we got a German, oh no, before that, we got a white, well, I was a teenager. We got a white Maltese, a little pussy dog. A little white Maltese, little wimpy dog, named Jeffy. And the weird thing is, we let my little sister name him, and she named him after one of the characters of the Circus Family. Do you guys remember that cartoon, Circus Family? I think they even had an animation or something, but once or something, but on TV or something. Anyway, my little sister, she saw it, and she thought, I guess one of the characters' name was Jeffy or something, and she called it, or Jeff, and we ended up calling the dog Jeffy. And Jeffy was a little white Maltese who thought he was like the toughest dog in town. You know, he was a little wimpy dog, but he would take on any dog. He was not scared of anybody. Which helped out later, because a few months later, I guess about a year later, we got, or maybe a year, I don't know, we got a big German Shepherd puppy named Max. Oh, what an original name. But Max was great. And Max became my best friend. And Bernie was my best friend too. You know what I'm saying about best. Not really my best friend, but when you're a boy, even if you have a family and brothers, a brother like I do, sometimes your dog. Sometimes your dog is your best confidant, or is for some reason your closest friend. You can tell you're never embarrassed in front of your dog, even when you're naked and covered in peanut butter. Just kidding. But that never happened. But no, yeah, with my dog, there were times I remember Bernie. I don't remember why, but there were times. I remember one time I was so upset for some reason, some kid reason. Who the hell knows? Who cares? I was upset for some reason, and I went outside, and I just hugged my dog Bernie and cried into his fur. And he didn't know what the hell was going on. He was like, that's all. That's all he had to say. And Max too. Max was the greatest dog, my German Shepherd. And both of these dogs were outside dogs. They lived outside. Jeffy was an inside dog, a little white Maltese. Never survived in the wild, That's the kind of dog who survived in Hollywood Hills or something. Hollywood Boulevard or something. But Max, he could survive outside. I remember when I was a boy, for some reason, this is the time when my brother and I started to grow apart, or grow, maybe not apart is the right word, but grow independently. I would spend a lot of time in nature, like walking around in the woods and stuff. And Max would go with me. We would just take long walks into the woods, and then I would bring a book or something, because I was a super bookworm when I was a kid. My parents were a little worried about me for one summer. They were like, "You should go out and play with people. Stop reading books all the time." I read books. I just wanted to read. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't care about anything. It's like with you guys in the internet or pornography, maybe. But I would go out with Max. We'd walk far into the woods, and I'd find a place. And Max was I think never on a leash. I don't remember ever. He must have been on a leash. I think the only times I remember him being on a leash is when I was on a skateboard. And he would drag me. But yeah. Anyway, we'd go into the woods. I'd sit, and Max would just run and play. Just run off and come back, and run off and come back, and he was just so happy. Anyway, when I was about 19 or 20 or so, I decided to take off a year from college, and I hitchhiked across America from New York to Mexico, and then crossed the border. And I guess it was kind of a big deal in my family that I was doing this, and people were a little nervous because I guess I was the first, to do this. And my younger brother called home to ask about me. I guess he was just starting college too, so I guess it was my second year. He was, a couple years behind me. And on the same day that I crossed over from Texas to Mexico, my dog, the family dog Jeffy, who was like at that point he was like 13 or 14. Max we'd given away because it's a long story, but we'd given him to we had to give him away. We give him to this guy who had land, and he, literally a big field where he could run and play and be happy. So Max was gone. I had gone. There was, I went to college. My brother went off to college, and there was no one to take care of him. So, but he was better off, Anyway, long story short. The day I crossed over from Texas, yeah, and giving away Max was a big regret, I remember now. My dad gave away Max, asking my permission, and I was in a really deep funk of teenage depression. Which now, looking back, I just feel so stupid saying that. Like, how could I be so into my own depression that I could give away my own dog? What kind of fucked up kid was I? Jesus. But there you go. I mean, it's true. I can't go back. Yeah, my dad's like, do you mind if you never take Max anywhere, you know? I'm like, oh, I'm in my own, you know how stupid kids are, when you're teenagers. I'm depressed. My girlfriend broke up with me. I don't want to. I'm just gonna stay in my room all day and think of dark thoughts because I'm, thinking about killing myself all the time, which is what kids do. They romanticize bullshit like that. Wow, that's such a different person now. Not me at all now, but anyway, Max is gone for that reason. Oh, anyway, so I was a schmuck. I was a punk kid who was depressed, gave away his own dog. Back to the story. So I was traveling in South America, and I crossed over from Texas to New York. I was in New York, hitchhiked from New York to Texas, crossed over from Texas to Mexico, and the same day that happened, my brother called to see how I was. How's Victor? He's in Mexico now. What's just calls to call for an update because he knew I was hitchhiking and stuff, and it was kind of exciting. And that same day, Jeffy, the white Maltese, who at that point was like 13 years old or something, got hit by a car. He was chasing a car down the street like a stupid dog. Sorry, Maggie, no offense. And got hit by a car and died. Died of internal injuries. So when my little sister answered the phone, all she could say was, "He's dead." And she was crying because she grew up with this dog. She was about the same age as this dog, literally. I think she was like 14 or something. Like she was a little bit older than this dog. So, looking back, it's kind of funny. Poor dog died. And and this is what's happening tomorrow. This is why I'm making this stupid long ass video. So, recently in the last few months, Maggie has been getting sicker. Not sicker. She's had trouble breathing. She's actually quite healthy. She's got a big appetite. Any meat, ooh, yummy, yummy. She's still really strong as hell. She can pull when she wants to. When I get her on the leash, she pulls hard. But there's something in her throat. We don't know what the hell it is. And she's a dog, so when you say she doesn't know she's a dog who's not trained with the open say ah. She doesn't know that trick. So you can't look down her throat. She refuses. So that's my imitation of her. Except exaggerated tenfold. Exaggerated tenfold, that's what she's like. So the only option is to put her under completely, full anesthesia, and open her mouth and look. And there's a possibility that there's going to be something in there. Because she can't even run anymore. Like she can walk at a healthy pace, but if she's out for more than an hour, she's like, she can't breathe anymore. And it's really, honestly painful for me, for me and my wife, Yoko, to watch her. She just, I'm like, oh my God, she's, I can see her dying. And I really don't like that. Who the hell would? So I contemplated making this video to make it or not to make it. But I think she's gonna be okay. I hope. I don't know. Who knows? But I don't want to just make a video one day in the future and say, "Oh, hey guys, Maggie's dead." So I don't know why I'm making this video. Just kind of a up to date kind of. I don't know. I don't believe in God. I hate to say that because I know a lot of you do, and you guys take it personally. I got a lot of good friends who really believe in God, very good Christians. There are good Christians. I understand that, and good Muslims as well, and good Jews, all that. There are people who believe in God, and I, although I can't honestly say I share your faith. I wish I did. Honestly, I do. I think it would make things easier. And especially times like this. I just wish I could just go God, do something. Don't let my dog die yet. She's still young. You know, she's 8. She's going to be 9 this year, I think. And if you look on Wikipedia, like it says, lifespan 8 to 10 years. So it's really depressing to say that. Fuck you, Wikipedia. So I'm nervous about this because tomorrow, this is what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to take Maggie to the hospital, the veterinarian hospital, and at an exorbitant cost, they're going to put her under $200. Just put her under. Who cares about the money? That's not really the point, but I was always surprised. Really, $200 just to put her under? So they're going to look inside. If there's something there, they're going to operate. If they operate, they're going to take a big chunk out of her throat to make the airway, the air passage bigger. Then they're going to keep her in the hospital for 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Every day is going to cost a hell of a lot of money too. And the next thing is the next worry we're going to have is whether she can keep water out of her lungs, because the throat opening is bigger apparently. The possibility of water going into her lungs is stronger. And if she gets that, she'll get high-N, which is pneumonia. And if she gets high-N, Japanese, that's Japanese by the way, for pneumonia, then of course she'll die. So they gave her a blood test the other day, and it looks like, they looked at the blood. They said, okay, well, it looks like she's healthy. I mean, she's healthy. She's a goddamn strong dog. But she's 9 years old, and we got a neighborhood dog that's the same breed. It's a little bit older, like 6 months older than her, who's all gray. Like her face is all gray, her paws all gray. And Maggie doesn't have that. I think we treated Maggie really well. She goes to school with me every day, and we exercise her every day. And she eats well, and she's always with us. She gets a lot of love. So the dog in the neighborhood, she's with old people who are going to die in a minute anyway. So you can't really blame that dog for looking like hell. Anyway, I don't know what the point of this video is, except really just to tell you that my dog is going to the hospital tomorrow. And I guess I'm kind of stressed about it. Because I see her and I'm like, wow, you look terrible. You're breathing like an old dog. And I know you're not an old dog yet. So that's all. That's all. Finish, let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh, that dog. Oh, she hates that dog. It's our enemy. I hate you. I'll kill you.